I consider myself a level 5 anime enjoyer. That means I'm run-of-the-mill. I'm not too much of a weeb. I'd like to dabble. I stick my toes in. I just got into season 3 of Attack on Titan. I mean, I am caught up on One Piece, so maybe level 6 actually. But today we're gonna look at something the anime world never should have made. Anime Has Gone Too Far by Giguk. Because that is how you pronounce his name, right? I'd be really embarrassed if I pronounced it wrong. I'd be like such an idiot. All right, here we go.
Why was this made?
What is the limit for anime? A medium that continually pushes the boundary of wonder. A place that welcomes all types of stories from all types of people. There's no limit to what you can see here aside from your own
And gratuitous arse shots. So many boob shots.
imagination. If you can envision it, it can get made. But, like the inventor of a fart machine in a wind tunnel, have we ever stopped and asked, should it get made? Interspecies Review.
It's a very valid question. Many times watching anime, I've thought to myself this same question. Should this have been made? The answer is usually yes, because it's cool and it makes me feel good and it makes me feel hyped. Like when the music happens and the cool animation happens, I'm like, damn, this is awesome. But then there's some that you're just like, no. Like when Fire Force reduces one of its female characters down to, but more boobs though? More ass shot? I'm like, damn, I was really enjoying you, Fire Force. Can we like tone that down a bit? You're a really cool show. I like you a lot.
World's End Harem, redo of Healer. Anime has been pushing degeneracy to a whole new level in the past few years. In the post-redo of Healer world, there is little now that separates anime from hentai. Every day, the line gets more and more blurry, so the question plaguing humanity since the beginning of time is, how far can anime go?
But what, before it's considered hentai? I mean, I think we're right on the precipice. They like to push it as far as they possibly can because that's where the money comes from, baby. That's where the cute girls. If you don't have cute girls in your anime, then you don't have a popular anime. Name one anime that doesn't have cute girls in it. No, I'll give you as much as time as you need. I'll give you years. You can come back to me with an answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my life as Inukai's dog. Anime has
cute
gone
girls.
too far. But how could it? What could it possibly do? Well, you see, we have now ventured to a place for which there is no coming back from. Tread on the sanctity of something we should have never dared touch. Dogs. Not just...
What? I mean, listen, after School Days, I am 100% confirmed that there's no boundary that they will not try to break. I can't believe I'm saying I'm a level 6 anime enjoyer when I've watched School Days. That anime sucks, man. It's so bad.
Genetically engineered dog girls, not fantasy isekai dog people species, not some guy wearing a dog costume. Just dogs. Why did it have to be dogs? What?
I mean, it's an interesting idea. Explore the life of a pet. You can go out for walkies. You can go to dog park. Go get treats. If I've just activated any of your dogs, then you must give them a treat. Give them a treat and call them a good boy or good girl and give them many pets. Walkies! You wanna go on walkies? You want a treat? Did it work? Oh god, I really hope that worked.
What did dogs do to deserve this? Man's best friend, the purest thing Mother Earth has gifted us with. If you've ever thought humans don't deserve dogs, here is the evidence to prove that you are categorically correct. This is a cursed show I probably should have left to die in obscurity until I had a single terrifying thought that dwarfed any existential horror or Lovecraftian nightmare my mind could come up with.
Well, this video has 1 million views now, which means at least, I want to say 20,000 people that weren't originally going to watch this have now watched it. Just bear in mind the power that YouTube has and social media has, especially as an anime reviewer.
Somewhere, this is gonna be someone's first anime. So, to allow myself to sleep at night, I felt it was my duty to make a PSA to tell that person, shh, it's okay, it's alright. I can't promise that tomorrow's gonna be a better day, but I can promise you that we're gonna get through it together. I've committed to fully talking about this anime, but first, I need to talk about today's sponsor, Higan.
Let's go.
I've never
Let's
been
go,
more happy
baby.
for a sponsor read in my life. In
Yes!
3D real
Time to take a break from the existential dread to get some money, baby!
Real-time combat RPG players are tasked with reclaiming reality from a never-ending nightmare, like this
that
show.
sounds terrible.
Guys, maybe the anime man was onto something. Who actually needs to watch anime anymore when you can just play it? Higan throws you into its world and stories that's presented by gorgeous 3D anime-esque cutscenes with popular voice actors,
Look at those cutscenes.
Ogara, Mamiko Noto, Nana Mizuki, and more. You got
Look at those voice
Issa,
actors.
an absolute ice queen. I can already tell this girl exudes my energy. What makes me say that? No reason. The secret between Issa and her
Bro, you can't just make an anime game where the anime girl steps on you. Especially from like a POV point of view. That's straight up just hentai at that point.
teammates are in Higan Uruthil. Now let's talk about this gameplay. You have 3D real-time combat, high-quality 2D and 3D modeling, employing tactics and bullet time. These are just words. I don't need to say anything. Just have a look at how beautiful it all comes together with music.
Wait, that's actually pretty good. That was a really good... Wait, no, the boob jiggle, man. There's no fucking way. There's no way. That jiggle, dude. I always knew that you could.
Do I need to say any more? Discover the story behind all
You
these
did it.
characters. Start your adventure with Higan Uruthil today by clicking the link in the description to download
fusion to a Woograt.
You're gonna make a Galade and Blossom fusion to Awooga at? What makes you Awooga at Blossom?
it. And you have a 100% chance to get the powerful SSR media. Also, you can use my code in the description to get my special rewards in Higan Uruthil. Thank you very much.
I need to
for
scan the
sponsoring
QR
today.
code.
And with that, back
Here we go.
back to my life as Inukai's dog. Dog fact number 1. Dogs have 18 muscles to move their ears. In some ways,
That's
it's impressive
cool.
that a show could give a man who's seen Redo of Healer, who likes Domestic Girlfriend, who's seen some of the most degenerate shit that's come out of anime, the chance to say, you know what? I think I have the moral high ground. The plot
I just looked up this show on Google as well. It has a absolutely cracking 4.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
something like this. On some rainy afternoon, a guy wakes up cold and shivering on the streets. How did he get there? What is he doing? All questions that are unimportant because he sees his classmate and crush
That's a cool design. I like it. I really like the red eyes that they put in the design here. Someone had to animate this.
who takes him home, where he comes to the realization to the precarious situation he's in. He is a dog. When I first saw the basic premise of this,
Oh, it's
I
like
said
a
to
dog
myself,
isekai?
Oh, cool. Some dumb slice of life reincarnation story where a guy wakes up as a dog. I'm a seasoned isekai fan. I've seen worse. It can't be dumber than waking up as a sword or waking up as a vending machine. Maybe they'll tackle the human struggles of trying to live as a dog. Maybe the psychological effects of being stuck in a dog's body, having to navigate a society made by humans, having your daily survival be completely reliant on that of another human being. There's a
That is an interesting idea. The dogs and animals in general are completely 100% reliant on us, and they're also not that smart. So the thought process of a human in that position, especially in a powerless position as a small dog, it could lead to some interesting story beats, some interesting conversations, some things that you've never heard of before. But I don't think it's gonna go that way though.
lot of places this story could go. Surely, it's not about a bunch of girls thirsting over a dog. I regret to inform you that my initial assessment was incorrect.
How do you thirst over a dog that size as well? It's not like it's a German Shepherd. It's not like a Golden Retriever. It's
In the first
small. It's
5
tiny.
minutes of taking the dog home, the first thing Karen Inukai decides to do, yes, her name is
She's
Karen,
called
which
Karen?
is very on theme because I'm about to call the manager, is get undressed in front of the doggo and bathe with it, naked.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, taking your clothes off in front of an animal, it's fine. They don't care. They're fucking animals. They don't wear clothes. Bathing with the dog naked? That's a little weird. Not the most weird thing in the world. I'm sure you could, justify. I'm sure you can get away with it. But it's kind of weird.
But okay, this isn't too bad. There might be some dog owners who feel comfortable removing their clothes in front of their dog, showering
That's fine.
their dog,
That's not-
sucking their
that's
dog's
alright.
nose.
What? Wait. Okay, look. One of those was not like the other two. What was that last one? Sucking the dog's nose? That's, I understand. Giving little kissies on their snoots totally makes sense. That is valid. Do not insert the snoot into any orifice in your body, though.
Maybe this could be wholesome, if wholesome was spelt without a W. But it soon becomes apparent
Oh.
that a feeling towards the dog are a little devious.
Dude, the dog doesn't even want to be in the position. Look at the animation. It's freaked out, man.
Oh yes, so very devious towards the dog. Oh yes, this is my coping mechanism you're seeing right now. She takes her dog for a walk, but is feeling a little devious. Okay, I'll stop now. And almost immediately tries licking the puppo if it weren't for some meddling kids.
What?
Gets way too excited photographing her dog, urinates,
What?
then introduces
What?
him to a place called Coochie Cove. I've seen people dressed up in a red astronaut suit that are less sus than this girl right here. Now, if you think finding out a dog has more riz than you will ever do is sad, don't watch.
Nothing should ever be named Coochie Cove. If you name something Coochie Cove, then you should be immediately imprisoned for crimes against humanity. That's ridiculous. That's such a horrible name. Coochie is such a bad word in general for that like general area of the body because it sounds gross. It doesn't sound good at all.
Worry. That's actually one of the least depressing parts of this show. In no particular order, here are some things depicted in my life as Inukai's dog that involves a girl and a dog. Bathing naked. Tail
Fine.
jobs. Seductive.
Tail jobs? Like the tail? Why? No one can. What? Why?
Feet licking. getting a dog to undress you, getting a dog to lick your chamber of secrets.
Okay, no, that's disgusting. I once heard a story in my school where a girl put peanut butter around, the hip region, but in between, and got their cat to, innuendo. You guys, you see where I'm going with this, which is weird because obviously it's an animal that's not correct. You shouldn't do that in general. But also it's weird because cats have sandpaper tongues. When a cat licks any part of your body, it's not a comfortable thing. It's weird. So
Enticing a dog.
Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Giving a dog a ball gag.
What? I'm done with this, man. Well, we're not done with this. We're only halfway through the video.
How did we get here?
Some of these acts are in the anime, some further on in the manga. Yes, that's right. I read further into the manga. Don't ask me what force compelled me to do so, because I still don't know myself. Maybe I wanted to see how—
I guess when you saw, like, the dog snoot getting sucked, you were like, damn, I need more of this type of content. I hope it goes even further than that.
much worse it could get. Maybe I'm learning deep down inside I have masochistic tendencies. Maybe I was waiting for some divine intervention, because if I could ask a higher power anything—
Okay, I have a question, and this is a genuine question. Is this legal? Are you allowed to do this? Because bestiality, that's not legal in Japan, right? What? Oh no. Oh no. Bestiality is legal in Japan. Oh my god. This is legal because you're just allowed to do it. Everything they do in this manga is illegal. This is why it's allowed to be released. You can't, no, you can't release this in English though, can you? You can't dub this into English and release it in English-speaking countries. It's not legal in the UK, right? It's not legal in the UK. So in theory, you can't release this because this is media that depicts illegal acts. Just like you can't depict media of someone killing someone else. Okay, well, that's not the same actually. Well, you can't. All right, well, you shouldn't be able to release this.
I would like to know, why in God's name is the art for this manga actually really fucking good?
Yeah, no, this looks good. The person that made this has a broken brain, but also a very, very talented hand.
No two dogs' noses are alike. Many people have drawn comparison to Chainsaw Man, because like Chainsaw Man, the dog is named Pochta. Now, Chainsaw Man's Pochta has joined the short list of the highest commendation you can
Yeah, try sucking on the nose of this thing, see what that gets you.
get in an anime. Being a good boy. Pochta, that's a good boy. Ein, that's a good boy. Bond, that's a good boy. Nina, that's a good girl.
Well, I mean, they weren't bad, I guess.
Unikai's Pochta is not a good boy. That's a bad boy. Bad,
What are you doing?
bad boy. One could argue that in many ways, Chainsaw Man is just a day in the life of a dog. Here's Denji, who woofs for his owner, goes on walks, becomes one with Pochta. He got that dog in him. Then there's Inukai. Woofs for their owner, goes on walks, and becomes one with Pochta. Because she
What?
does.
No.
She got that dog in her. You may be
No,
thinking,
stop, dude. Wait, they can't go all the way. I mean, it's legal, but the moral issue. But we got to think about the moral issue here. Surely people wouldn't view this. If you release this, you put your name on this. And if you put your name on this, your mother and father can see it. Your friends can see it. Your compatriots can see it. The public can see it. When you go outside and when people Google your name, this is what comes up. We have to think about the respect of our fellow man.
Kai is the outlier here, the freak who loves a dog a little too much. But of course, the show had to introduce a full-on cast straight out of
They
the
used a
watchlist
pen name. Oh my god, they used a pen name. Are you kidding me?
of your local animal services. There's the tsundere, Nekotani. As your resident tsundere ambassador, we do not
Oh, her design is like kind of cool as well. Like it's cute anime
claim
girls.
Nekotani. She can go somewhere else. Tsunderes can be violent unless those violence is towards dogs. The shy Usagi, a girl so down bad she makes the average Genshin player look like a functional member of society. Not just limiting it to dogs, she decided to force herself on a poor table, which depressingly adds inanimate objects to the growing list of things that have more riz than weebs do. If I had
That. Damn, when a table is getting more action than you, then you know that there's some issues going on here.
for every anime girl I've seen do unspeakable things to a table, I'd have two, which is $2 richer
Stop
than I want
it,
to be.
dude. That is a table. That is the end of a table, man.
I am.
Bro, there's devices. Dude, stop it! Stop!
Then, of course,
Stop!
completing the trilogy is the
There is devices that you can use. Don't use a table, man.
Yandere.
There's things that you can buy for this.
We can already agree. Do not stick your dick in crazy, especially the kind that this crazy wants. While the rest of the world was asking, What?
The dog doing?
Inukai was more concerned with who?
The dog doing?
Dog fact.
Who the dog doing? I read a good 20 chapters. It gets so bad. Wait, you're telling me that you read the first chapter, then you read another chapter, saw where it was going, read 10 chapters and thought, I'll read 10 more just to make sure.
Number 3. Dogs may be able to... Oh.
Well, yeah, fall in love. Well, yeah, but like dogs love you. Of course, dog loves you.
No.
Like your pet. Of course, your pet loves you, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's not like a.
If by some miracle you still don't
like in a
know if
weird
you should
way.
subject yourself to 12 episodes of this, I've made a simple flowchart for you to follow. First, ask yourself, do you like dogs?
Yes.
If your answer is no, do not watch this show.
Also, proceed to jail.
If your answer is yes, do not watch this show. If you're looking for some kicks in life, here are some alternative suggestions. I recommend overwatching My Life as Inukai's Dog, skydiving, mountain biking, ordering the extra large portion in America, tweeting out Chainsaw Man is mid, setting your notifications to vibrate, then putting your phone in your pants. All non-dog
Oh yeah, that sounds no, I would never do that. I would never tweet out bait tweets like that.
related activities that get the heart pumping. This is something that should be left behind in the bowels of time. In fact, as of this very moment, I am working on a time machine so I can go back and get us back on the right timeline. Because what hope is there left for humanity, knowing that a sentient human being wrote this? Then more.
I love how melancholic this entire commentary is. Like he could have played up the goofiness by like yelling and screaming and being like, "Oh my god, look at this!" And then the dog does what? But it's so melancholic. It's almost sad. You can feel the hope for humanity slipping away through each letter and word in this script as Gigok slowly loses his mind, knowing that this will not be the end, that this is merely the beginning. It's just the beginning of a deep, dark descent into the inhumanity that is bestiality mongers.
Sentient human beings made the conscious decision to greenlight this into an anime. And throughout that...
Do you know how hard it is to make animation and to make anime shows, especially ones with good art like this? This genuinely does have good art. You have to get producers. You have to get project managers. You have to get an insane budget. You have to get a whole anime studio. You have to get animators, artists. You have to get people who are able to do the voice acting. You get all the actors together. And then everyone collectively came together and decided to make this. Who greenlit this? Who made this? I understand the poor animators that are working on the line who aren't getting paid enough to animate this, basically being forced to because the animation area in Japan is quite predatory, quite exploitatory, where they basically are forced to do stuff that maybe they don't really want to do all that much and they don't get paid enough to do it. But who's the manager? Who's the guy at the top? Who is like, let's go for this one specifically. With all the manga out there in the world, why this one? Why did you do it?
Entire long process, not a single person stopped to ask themselves, what in the biblical fuck have we done? On the day of reckoning, when humanity stands before God Almighty, waiting for...
I think they did. I think they're chaos enjoyers. I think they're a little bit wackoed up in the head. I think they're a little bit strange. I think they're a little bit wacky. I think they're a little bit silly. I think they knew what they were doing the whole time. When they were making this, they're like, oh yeah, this is going to make waves. They did it because they knew it would be inflammatory. They did it because they knew they would get people talking about it. They did it because they knew that Gigok would make a 1 million view video about this entire subject and it would promote them so much. That's why they did it.
Judgment, there, standing between us and salvation, will be Inukai's dog. On that day, we will have to look up at God and tell him that this is what humanity has done.
No, God's not real. God's not real, and we know that God's not real because this was released.
This is what mankind has led to. The souls of all humans will beg and plead not to be forsaken, not to be rejected from the gates of heaven. But in the end, all we can do is repent and ask for forgiveness.
Well, we won't be worthy to enter the gates of heaven at this point.
Forgiveness from God, forgiveness from each other, forgiveness from our dogs, which is more than we deserve.
Seriously, when people say that we don't deserve dogs, my god, they were so right. Like, back in the past, I was like, oh yeah, we don't deserve dogs because they're so good. No, we don't deserve dogs, not because they're so great, which they are. It's because we're so awful. We're so down bad. We're so degenerate. We're so terrible. Anyway, if you want me to react to a video, you can post it in the Discord server. Gigok, you did a great job at this. I hope to never experience anything like this ever again.